I want to introduce our panel to you, who are here, right here in the studio with us. It's a great treat to have Cherylyn, Harley, Lebon to come be with us today for the first time here at Fox News. It's great to have you on.
Yes.
We normally talk to you from Washington all the time.
That's right. Yeah. I'm so excited to be here.
So you're like a TV star to me. I always see you on the screen over there. She's real, sitting next to me. That's cool.
You wear lots of different hats. You were the former RNC spokesperson. You Senate Judiciary Committee, all kinds of things, So it's great to have you on board.
Thank you.
And she's happy, like 24 hours a day, right? There's a permanent smile on her face since I met her.
There we go. And Ericho Yaverbaum is here. He joins us every week. It's great to have you on board.
It's great to be back as always.
Co-founder of readthevote.org. Nice to have you on board.
Nice to be here.
I know that there's a lot happening in terms of what people are feeling right now and the challenges that people are facing. There was an article today in the Washington Post by Eugene Robinson, who is writing that people are very upset because it's the sense that government's out of touch with the real needs of what's going on right now in this country. People who are feeling disenfranchised. They say the economy's picking up, but tell that to the folks who still remain unemployed. Gasoline prices are going up.
Mortgages they're living in homes that have obviously decreased in value. And as we know, housing prices are tied to job growth, tied to the economy. And if we're not seeing the housing market improve, then we know that people, if we again continue to see foreclosures, it means people are unemployed. They have no money. And again, it's a very vicious circle.
And you see that the conversation in Washington is not the conversation that's going on at the average, dinner table in America. We're not talking about the same things. When the price of gas is this high, and that has to be a concern.
Yeah, but let me tell you, I'm a lacrosse mom, so I can tell you what moms are talking about at pickup. They are talking about gas prices, and they're saying, so what's this president going to do about it? Why are we, relying on people who hate us? Why isn't anybody negotiating with OPEC? Well, I mean, it's more. It's beyond just the oil companies are showing.
But also, we get most of our gasoline.
Profits.
We still get most of our gasoline from Canada and Mexico, and we're also getting that from Brazil. And the fact is, though, we are offering subsidies to that country so that we can get their oil.
I know, but
why?
It's
perfect examples when Obama's on the plane flying to Brazil, and then he does this great deal with Brazil about offshore drilling. So why aren't we doing it here?
Why aren't we doing the same thing?
Why are we then again offering them subsidies, and we are going to then buy the oil from them? I mean, it's just like buying all these products from China. Why?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that great question. I don't know the answer to the question, but I do know that if you have to pay this much money for gas, you're going to change your vote in the next election. It's pretty much that simple. So whether everybody talks, I mean, this conversation in Washington about the debt ceiling, about balancing the budget, about trillions and trillions and trillions, people don't relate to that. They want to have dinner on their table at night. They want to be able to pay their rent or their mortgage and fill up the tank.
I disagree with Eric. I may live in the suburbs of Washington, but I've got to tell you, I see moms and dads and families every day, and they are talking about the debt.
They may be talking about the debt, but are they talking about the intricacies of a debt ceiling? And are they talking about...
No, they're worried about the bread and butter issues.
That's
okay, how am I going to pay for my kids' college? What are my parents going to do? Like, how long are my parents going to have to work?
Right. They're not going into focusing on all the deal making that's happening behind the scenes.
No, well,
if you do this, I'll do that. And the sense of the stalemate that continues.
The people that focus on those individual issues are the people who are being impacted today by those individual issues. If you're dealing with Medicaid today, you're very disturbed about Medicaid and the talk of there being less of it, if you're dealing with it. If you're not, you don't care.
If you're dealing with Medicaid in the broad sense that people tend to focus on, even if you're depending on it, you're looking at some of the broader issues, not the intricacies of whether or not the new $1 trillion budget that's being proposed, how it's going to be dealing with Medicaid in terms of the nuts and bolts of it. People just want relief. I mean, that's what it is.
They just want, they want to be able to put clothes on their kids' back. They want to be able to pay their mortgage or their rent on time and not have somebody calling them on the phone. And they just want to feed,
Well, you
they
know,
want to feed their kids.
A recent poll from the New York Times CBS News found that 4 out of 10 people believe the economy right now is getting worse, even though we keep hearing that things are better, that we are technically out of a recession.
Yeah, the personality of the country is not what it
but where is it
has
getting
been historically.
better? You know, we still have, what, 8.8, 8.9 unemployment. There's a lot of people unemployed out there.
Why do you think those discussions, excuse me, aren't front and center at the moment? I mean, we're talking
But
about...
I do think they are.
No, not in Washington. Not with people that can help ease the pain of some of these people in terms of legislation. The stuff gets bogged down in the politics of what's going on. And that's what we saw happen with the last continuing resolution that they finally got done.
Well, you know what the silly thing is, though?
Shutdown, et cetera. Bring it to the 11th hour rather than...
Yes, that's right.
But let's talk about why it was the 11th hour. Remember, the Pelosi Congress decided to punt on the... Come on, Eric, you know that's true. They decided to punt on it because they didn't want to deal with it.
They didn't want to deal with it. That's what I'm saying. Why don't we bring these issues?
I know, but the thing is about the issues is on the issues of the debt ceiling, I say almost... For the last year, I don't remember saying something that did not happen a month, 2 months, 3 months later. The debt ceiling, we're going to have to raise the debt limit. We're going to have to. It's going to have to be tied to cuts. Everybody's got to come to the same table and agree about how we're going to do that. We don't have the option of not raising the debt ceiling.
But here's the problem. You know, these folks are running every 2 years.
That's right.
That is the problem.
And let's break this down.
Yeah.
They want to keep their job just like I do, you do, and you do. Right?
Yeah.
So the very tough conversation about entitlement cuts, no one wants to make the first move because they're trying to keep their job and their eye is on the next election.
Right, and by the way, if you're a recipient of one of those entitlements, even if you say we should be cutting our spending, you're angry. It's very complicated.
Yes, it's very complicated.